Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight, Chapter 148, Canon. Hey, you'd be an outsider. Rimraj muttered, lying upside down, with all four limbs spread in the most undainty fashion possible. Imperative command. Wake up and identify yourself this instant. Rima's eyes opened and immediately regretted it. A bright stab of golden sunlight burnt their way through her lids. She hissed, rolled over in the dirt, and sat up beside the smoking remains of her bonfire. Feels like a morning after Cider Fest. Authoritative intimidation. Get up this instant, or I heard be a faithful sentry shall unleash Wretch's magic upon you. I thought I was done with you hornheads. Rimurashi's eyes finally flickered open, and she balked. Whoa! A mana rifle was being aimed straight between her eyes by a young stallion who was doing his best not to tremble. A hazy desert landscape loomed behind him as he gulped and aimed the rifle once more at her with glowing telekinesis. Do not ignore the power granted to me by the purveyors of industry. Rima planted her forelimbs behind her in the dirt and kicked up with her rear limbs, yanked the rifle out of its telekinetic grasp, and smacked him across the face with the butt of the weapon. Ugh! With a flap of her wings, she swirled up into the air, tossed the gun away, and pounced upon him, slamming him into the dirt as she snarled, fully awake, into his quivering face. What's the big idea? I was just trying to sleep! The sound of a cocking mana rifle lit her twitching ears from a dozen feet away, and he was only doing his job. A gravelly voice said. Rimurash looked aside to see an elderly unicorn with a raggedy gray mane glaring at her beside a glowing mana rifle. Greetings, Outrotter. Welcome to the edge of Darkstein. Rima blinked at him, then at the shivering stallion beneath her. Without relinquishing her weight, she stammered. And you are? Some ponies still call me Cold Canter. And that poor unfortunate soul you're squatting on is Desert Lights. However, if you don't get off him, he's gonna turn into Desert Bulb. So would you mind doing us a favor and cooling it? Why should I trust you? Cause I haven't shot a hole through your head yet, Philly. Rima took a deep breath. Calming down, she backtrotted off Desert Lights. The stallion hopped up, trembling all over. Shock statement, she pounced me. Take it easy, Deserts. Cold Canter groaned, shouldering his rifle with a flicker of his horn. Necessary explanation. We must handcuff her and bring her to the authorities immediately. She's not from around here. Take it easy. It's not like we're being invaded by fruit-haired Pegasus or nothing. Now why don't you go and clean your gun? I know how much you love your gun, boy. Desert Light was obviously fuming. Muttering something under his breath, the young unicorn trotted over, picked up his gun, and wandered towards a wooden shack that turned out to be a few dozen feet away in the morning sun. He cast several angry glances back at Rainbow Dash, until the weathered side of Cold Canter stepped in the way. Where you from, kid? Rainbow Dash blinked, settling down to stomp out what remained of her bonfire. Equestria. Sounds vaguely familiar. I've got a better question. She remarked, grabbing her flint and steel and slipping it into her saddlebag. Why aren't you talking in, normal Darksteinies? When you get to my age, and you've been away from technology as long as I have. The elder smiled, a dirty grin, and shrugged. Cow cookies, Sure, I guess. Rimurash stood up. I'm sorry for, trespassing and stuff. I was just tired and needed a place to warm up. The desert gets really dang cold. Don't I know it? He said hoarsely, turning and marching towards a stretch of wooden platforms. Still, you picked a really strange spot to bed for the night, Outrotter. Why do you say that? Cole Kenner paused, swiveled about, and gave her a thin-eyed glance. You really don't see very well for a flying pony now, do you? That said, he gestured towards a rickety old railing beyond him. Rainbow trotted forward, and with each step she approached the platform. Her breath stalled from her in larger and larger gasps. As it turned out, she was at the crest of a huge cannon, larger than any ravine she had ever seen. She could very easily have fit 4 ghastly gorges into the thing. The deep trench stretched from north to south as far as she could see. The gash was sliced clean too, as if by means that were anything but natural. She judged the edge of the platform. It had to have been a kilometer drop at least. There was hauntingly still, and she could hear random echoes of falling rocks from unknown sources throughout the gasping fissure. Glancing at her surroundings, she realized she was at a sentry post of sorts. A wooden shack, older than the rest, rested on the cliff face of the cannon, bordered by wooden platforms that stretched north and south along the western face of the abysmal drop. Several tall, wooden poles stretched along the ridge, equipped with raggedy flags that danced limply in the barest hint of wind. Beyond the opposite end of the ravine, which was difficult enough to spot with the naked eye, Rainbow saw nothing but dust and sediment with no sign of any pony-built structure. She was, for all intents and purposes, standing on the very edge of civilization. It was a very familiar feeling, and yet, leaning precariously into a huge ravine, she felt particularly vulnerable, even though she had wings. Well, that's not something you see every day. I beg to differ. Rainbow smiled sheepishly. My bad. Did I ask if you're actually planning to cross the ravine? Rainbow scratched the back of her neck. Cause it'd be foolish without eating something worthy for the journey ahead. He motioned for her to follow him as he scaled the worn wooden steps of his shack. Come, you can tell us about your travels in the meantime. Hey! Rainbow shrugged and followed him. The day I turn down food is the day I forget how to backflip.